Hello, welcome to Training at 45. Time for another training session. Bit of a wet and drizzly night tonight. Gonna have to take extra measures to stay dry. If all else fails, just have to hide in the shed in between sets. But anyway, let's get out there and get some training done. The gym is hardcore. I'm training hardcore. Keep training. Been mostly surviving underneath this, I think, on the power rack. Stretching time. Just slowly building up now in weight on warm-up sets. Just adding 2.5 kilos a time, just to build confidence under the bar, especially for this first exercise. I should be then fairly well warmed up then for most of the other things. Just had to try and dry the bar off as best I can. Just can't get a decent grip on it. Okay, 12 reps. It's a new weight. Let's go.
Alright, well, we're starting with the axle overhead press. Now, I love using axle bars and very much got turned on to these by reading Dinosaur Training. Fantastic book. Now, this lift is one I've really wanted to improve. Now, I've used to do this standing, but was concerned of putting strain on my lower back. And also there's the ability to cheat with push pressing, etc. and leaning. So I use an angle of about 80 degrees on the bench to make sure I don't let the bar go too far forward. And I'm trying to keep as close to my face on the way up as possible to get a good bar path.
Yes, that's a good lift. 12 reps at a new weight. That's a new PR.
Now, the 2-inch bar forces you to really grip hard, but it feels better on the wrists. And of course, the same could be said for the bench press.
Okay, we're set up and we're going straight into our next exercise, which is the trap bar press. Got 9 reps last time. Try and aim for 12 still. See how we get on. Important to get a nice centered grip on the bar. Let's check it's good at the top. Okay.
So our next exercise is going to be the trap bar press. Now, I'm really growing to like this alternative press exercise. You really have to balance the horizontal position, and you're not hindered by your head getting in the way. You have to find the ideal bar position, but it puts much more emphasis on the side delts and overall shoulders and tricep power.
Come on, let's try and get 2 more.
I don't need much extra weight at this rep range, especially after doing the first all-out exercise.
9 again. Still PR'd the overhead press though with the axle bar, so that's good. Okay, next exercise. Okay, this is that old favourite, the 45-degree row. Just going to do a warm-up set, then we'll get straight into the action. Let's do a few reps. That's good. Okay, I've upped the weight a little bit. Try and get 15 reps if my grip holds out.
Now, our next exercise is the 45-degree row. Really grown to like this exercise. So this uses my trusty CERT pulley system. It's quick and easy to set up on the power rack. And I'm using the handles close grip, and this gives me good freedom of movement and a good stretch through the range of motion. I'm letting my shoulders roll forward at the start of the rep as well to enhance this stretch.
No problem. It's no problem at all. Just have a couple of minutes rest and get out the rain. Training in the rain, eh? Hardcore. 15 reps.
Counting a good rep as touching the lower chest area on every rep. Now the cable system works really smoothly, even with the weight, which I think is around 53.75 kilos at the moment.
That was no problem. I think that awesome powerlifting session with David Gray on Thursday has stimulated some new back strength. If you haven't seen that yet, you need to check that video out. Some fantastic insight into the life of a world-class athlete. Okay, I'm going to turn the bench round and go for the leaning forward pull. I don't think I've got a name for it yet, but it doesn't need to be christened, it's fine. Okay, I've took some weight off the stack. Just going to try and go for quality reps. To the front.
So I've turned the bench around and I feel this exercise better than a lat pull down even. It's really focused as well, and I can get a real good stretch with it. I have to take around 10 kilos off the weight of the previous exercise just to perform it well, and then just maintain the tension. Really concentrating on that squeeze in every rep, as far down as I can possibly go.
Just put a cheeky one in there. I could just feel so much of a pump in the lats and the arms with that. It's a great compliment to the other way around. Right then, we're training full body, so we're working our way down onto the chest areas, the chesticles. Okay, just going to do a few warm-up reps on the big dumbbells, then we're going to load them up to a never before attempted weight. Did really well on the last workout and smashed it first time, the new weight, so I'm going to just keep sneaking it up. Feels lovely, sir. Right, load them up and let's get pumping. Okay folks, this is uncharted territory. I've added more weight since last time. Just going out for one all-out set, 12 reps. It ain't going to be easy, but I've got to tame that iron. Oh yeah.
So the dumbbell bench press then is another exercise I've been trying to improve on. Now I've got them up to a decent weight. Getting them in position when I'm training on my own is a real challenge. I've got some padding on the gap on the bench to support my back, as it previously jarred it during the lean back, and I really sustained a nasty injury with that. Now I much prefer this to the barbell bench, and I feel it's a more beneficial exercise that will quickly expose weaknesses. With the single set principle, again
Come on,
I've
two
added
more.
weight and achieved 12 reps twice now, where previously I've stalled for a long time. I've really tried to improve my lockout, so I make a valid point of holding the lockout on the last rep.
Come on! Come on! Up! Lock out. That's locked out. Down, down, down. Don't mess with me. Wow. That's amazing. The last workout I had was the light dumbbells. I think it's given me a nice jolt of adrenaline just to take that on. Right, I'm going to quickly switch to the trap bar bench press now. Let's get there. Okay, this is my new favourite exercise. As with the overhead press, we're using the trap bar. I've got the power rack set up to safely catch it. And let's rep away. Managed to get 10 reps last time. See what today brings. Aiming to get 12 ideally. Let's turn it round to get the flat side. If we can. Make sure we're centered. That's good.
So trap bar bench, I'm making really good progress with this exercise now. The normal barbell bench seems to just aggravate my shoulders at heavier weights, and I don't really feel it in the chest and triceps, which I should do really. But with this, it's a totally different animal. It forces you to stabilise the balance of the bar, and as I said just now, I feel the chest and much more biceps working harder to drive the lift.
12. That was 12. Love that exercise. So much better on the shoulders, and straight away I can feel a nice pump in the chest, which I personally don't get from the bench press really. Right, just gonna have a couple of minutes rest. We'll knock out one more set of those. So this is the second time I've done this one main set, a couple of assistance things, instead of just 3 sets of the same exercise. And already I'm seeing the benefits. You know, two medium intensity workouts in a row now, I've smashed plateaus. You know, I'm adding more weight to the bar and trying it and succeeding with it. So there's certainly something in that. Definitely one to consider for your own programming. I think it's a nice amount of exercise variety. The only downside is the setup time. Just keep whipping out different bits of equipment and everything, but I'm getting slicker with it. I'm marking up the rack and things like that, just so it's all a bit quicker. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Let's get back in there. Not the best of views, sorry folks.
It's essential, of course, to have the safety bars. This could be a real disaster if you dropped it on your forehead. And with any of these bench press variations, the foot grip and the leg drive, I think, contribute a lot to the total body tension to just drive that weight up.
Oh, so close. Almost got that over the pins then, that was just so close. Just fighting with it all the way. His hands are just so slippy. And I could feel like a stretch in my hamstrings, and I thought I was going to get a stitch in the back of my leg. And we're moving on to legs now, so we don't need a stitch. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to set up the belt squat. Well, that was a lot of faffing about, but we've got there. We're all set up, locked in and ready to go. Just going to do some light warm-ups. With just a plate.
Belt squat. I've covered the belt squat many times on the channel, and I've grown to really enjoy this exercise. Without much warm up, I get no knee, back or any other pain doing these, and I can just really drive the reps to an almost failure point where the legs are the limiting part rather than my back fatigue or shoulders even. I feel the belt actually keeps the back in traction, and you can experiment with different feet positions. So I like to go for 20 reps on these, and we'll either just do it like breathing squats with a heavier weight, just taking 3 good breaths and a reset between the reps, or just go for a lighter weight and just continuous reps and avoid locking the knees, which I'm doing tonight. So across several sets can be really quite taxing.
Oh yeah. That wasn't too bad at all, but if I'm honest, there was plenty left in the tank then. Running on rocket fuel tonight. Must be this rain that's cooling me down. See how much rain's on here. Was expecting a big puddle up there, but don't want that crashing down on me. The gym is hardcore. We're training hardcore. So for those who are new to the workouts, the belt squat's something that was advocated by the great John McCallum. If you haven't had a chance to see my review yet of the Keys to Progress, it's a really good book to follow. It really fires you up to training. He hit on belt squats about halfway through all the articles he'd written for Strength and Health, and after that point he swore by them. And they are rather good. Here we go for set number 2. I pulled my trousers up. Don't want no trouserial accidents. Let's get in there. Good feet position. Do a test rep and off we go. Alright, let's go.
At first I used to get bruises on the thighs from the chain on the belt, but I've toughened up to this now. Now I like to get a full range of motion on these and driving back against the belt on the way back up. Of course safety again is important, but it's more around making sure the bar is locked onto the rack and there's a good counterweight on the other side, just to anchor it on the pivot point. So there's other ways to rig up a belt squat, but I just like using it in this way on a power rack. And doing a decent set of 20 reps certainly feels debatable by the 16th rep if you've got the weight right.
Absolutely no problem. So, haven't done these for a very long time. But I'm soon to be doing another gym session with David Gray, hopefully, to look at trying to perfect my squat. For those who've watched some of the workouts, squat's always been a bit of a sore point for me, quite literally, because it causes me a lot of back issues. But since I've been doing some of the heavy deadlifting, etc., I think some of the issues I have had seems to be controlling itself now on my back. So I think I might try tonight just a few back squats wearing the Olympic lifting shoes, just to get the good mobility, and that will hopefully just keep my back a bit straighter. I'm not going to push it, just going to see how they feel. Let's get set up. It's not feeling too bad. I'm going to just keep adding weight, 10 kilos at a time, just see what happens.
So years ago I concentrated on 5x5 squats on the Strong Lifts program. I'm around 6'2", 6'3", so being tall I've faced the reality that I'll have a forward lean to counteract my really long femurs in my legs that can turn into a downward dip really as I try to get out of the bottom of the squat by driving the hips. So luckily I've got the shoulder mobility to hold the weight in a good shelf position on my back, so I can have a much more low bar position. So despite trying to maintain form, I still don't feel that much leg activation comes from doing these versus the belt squats.
It's not feeling too bad. Just going to take it steady. I think that's enough weight for now. I think I'm going to back it off and just grease the groove and just get some more higher reps out at a lower weight. There's no point trying to be a superhero and ending up in Snap City. Okay, work my way up the ladder, but I'm going to come back down just to a plate aside and then just rep it out. Probably years ago I was doing well over maybe 110, 120 kilos, probably more for reps, but it's just not worth trying to snap my back up for it now. I gradually build back up to that at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, as a lift, I don't think the back squat really gives me that much stimulation in the legs. I feel it's more of a feat of just trying to keep my back straight and everything, and certainly lunges, belt squats and other leg exercises certainly seem to work better for me. But it is a contested power lift, so I suppose it's something I still need to tap into now and again just to make sure I can achieve it. There we go. 10's enough. Okay, we'll finish this session off with a 21 gun salute. Barbell curls with an easy bar, 21 reps to the middle.
Tried these for a few workouts now and feel I get a good pump from them. Certainly from the last few reps of each section. Since I've returned to training, golfer's elbow has been an issue that I think has been triggered by a lot of thick bar lifts, but due to the angle of the EZ bar, this is a little bit more tolerable. I think it would be a really interesting experiment to try this on other lifts, such as single joint movements like leg curls or even presses and rows, to see how those lifts are, breaking them into a 2 partial and then full range structure within a set.
Let's do a few more. Did a few more cheeky reps then, but that's good. Okay. So that's the end of the workout. Weather's dismal, but the workout certainly wasn't. Again, some good personal bests tonight. Trying out new things. Overall, a really good session despite the rain. But the commitment has to be there. Come rain, shine, sleet or snow, dedication, hard work and determination shall prevail. So keep training, keep it real, and keep training at 45. Over and out. Yeah. So I was just packing away and found an amazing exercise for unlocking your back. Grab the trap bar. Spin from side to side. It also unlocks your knees as well. Oh yeah. Give that one a try. You can even do stiff-legged deadlifts as a finisher.